The galactic communication networks buzzed with confusion. The mighty Draconian Empire's third fleet had vanished without a trace near the Sol system, a backwater region containing only one inhabited planet called Earth. Captain Rex of the Galactic. Council's patrol ship Star Runner received the distress beacon from Admiral Voss, the Draconian fleet commander. The message was brief. Approaching primitive world. Easy conquest. Will report. Then nothing. 3 days passed. The Draconians were known for their brutal efficiency. No world had ever resisted them for more than 6 hours. Yet Earth remained silent, and so did the fleet. On the council station, Commander Blake reviewed Earth's files. The humans seemed unremarkable short lifespans, basic technology, constant wars among themselves. They had barely reached their own moon. The Draconians possessed ships that could crack planets. Send a probe, Blake ordered. Something isn't right. Meanwhile, in the depths of space near Earth, ancient systems stirred. Massive structures, hidden for millennia in asteroid fields and moon craters, began to wake up. They had been sleeping, waiting, watching. The time had come. On Earth, President Cole stood in the Situation Room as reports flooded in. The Draconian ships had entered the solar system as expected. But something else had happened, something the human governments had been secretly preparing. For since the first alien signals were detected decades ago, "Sir, the Watchers are active," reported General Stone. Cole nodded grimly. Humanity wasn't as helpless as they appeared. They never had been. The Council's probe reached the Sol system and immediately detected debris. Lots of it. What remained of the Draconian Third Fleet drifted in twisted metal chunks, their advanced shields and armor torn apart like paper. Captain Rex studied the readings in disbelief. These energy signatures, they're not human. On Earth, Dr. Lisa. Park worked frantically in the underground facility known as Project Guardian. The massive computers around her hummed with activity, processing data from the ancient network that had just revealed itself. The Watchers aren't human, she explained to the gathered officials. They're older than our civilization. They've been here since before recorded history. General Stone reviewed the tactical reports. The Draconian attack had been swift and coordinated, targeting major population centers. But the Watchers had been swifter. In mere minutes, weapons of impossible power had emerged from hiding spots across the solar system and obliterated the invading fleet. President Cole walked to the observation deck. Through reinforced glass, he could see one of the Watchers out. Kilometer-long structure of dark metal and pulsing lights, hovering silently above the city. It had been disguised as a mountain for thousands of years. "How many are there?" he asked. "Hundreds," Dr. Park replied. "Maybe thousands. They're everywhere in the ocean depths, underground, in space. They've been protecting us without us even knowing." The implications hit everyone at once. Humanity had never been alone. Something had been guarding them, nurturing them, preparing them for this moment. But who were these Watchers? And why had they chosen to protect humanity? As more council ships arrived at the Sol system, they faced an impossible sight. Ancient Guardian ships, each one larger than their biggest battleships, formed a defensive perimeter around Earth. The technology was beyond anything in galactic databases. Captain Rex attempted communication with the Guardians, but received only silence. However, the humans responded readily to diplomatic contact. President Cole, now speaking for his species on the galactic stage, met with the council representatives aboard their ship. The aliens tall, insect-like mantids and crystalline builders studied him with obvious confusion. "Your species should not possess such protection," declared Council Speaker Vale. "These Guardians predate our civilization by millions of years." Cole smiled. "We're learning about them ourselves. But we've discovered something interesting in our oldest records." Dr. Park presented the evidence they'd uncovered. Ancient cave paintings, buried artifacts, mythological stories from every human culture, all depicting the same beings. Tall, powerful figures watching over early humans. "We think they're our ancestors," she explained. "Not biologically, but culturally. An ancient human civilization that reached the stars long before we developed agriculture." The revelation stunned the galactic representatives. According to their understanding, humanity had evolved recently and naturally. But the evidence suggested something else entirely. "The Watchers are ancient humans," Cole continued. "They left Earth millions of years ago, but they never forgot their home. They've been protecting their younger brothers and sisters, waiting for us to grow strong enough to join them." General Stone added the military perspective. The Draconians weren't just attacking Earth. They were attacking the children of the galaxy's oldest and most powerful civilization. The Council representatives exchanged worried glances. If this was true, they had severely underestimated humanity's importance in galactic affairs. Deep space trembled as more ancient ships emerged from hiding. The Watchers hadn't just been protecting Earth. They had been scattered throughout the galaxy, disguised as asteroids, dead moons, and space debris. Now they revealed themselves. Captain Rex watched in awe as his ship's sensors detected hundreds of massive vessels decloaking across multiple star systems. Each one radiated power levels that dwarfed anything in the Council's fleet. On Earth, the Watchers finally broke their silence. The mountain-sized guardian above the city projected a hologram, a tall, humanoid figure with features that seemed familiar yet ancient. "Children of Earth," the Watcher spoke in perfect human languages simultaneously. "We are the first ones, your ancestors among the stars." President Cole and his team listened as the Watcher explained their history. Millions of years ago, early humans had achieved technological transcendence. But instead of abandoning their primitive cousins, they had chosen to become guardians. "We seeded the galaxy with Watchers," the ancient human continued. "We guided the development of younger species. We prevented extinctions. We maintained balance. But we always kept our home world sacred." Dr. Park realized the magnitude of it. "You've been managing galactic civilization this whole time." "From the shadows, yes. The Council believes they govern themselves, but we have always ensured that no species grows too aggressive, too destructive. The Draconians had become such a threat. General Stone understood the implications. That's why no one's ever successfully conquered Earth, and why human colonies have been so successful despite our apparent technological disadvantages." The Watcher nodded. "You carry our genetic memory, our adaptability, our refusal to surrender. It is time for you to know your true heritage." Across the galaxy, other species were discovering the same truth. The mysterious disappearances of aggressive fleets, the unexplained technological limitations that kept wars from becoming too destructive, the subtle guidance that had shaped galactic development, it had all been the work of humanity's ancient guardians. The Watchers had been preparing for this moment when their younger siblings would be ready to take their place among the stars as equals, not subjects. 6 months after the Draconian fleet's destruction, the galaxy had changed completely. The Council chambers buzzed with new energy as species after species requested human advisors and protection. Captain Rex, now serving as a liaison officer, marveled at how quickly things had shifted. The humans, once considered a primitive backwater species, were now recognized as the children of the galaxy's true rulers. President Cole addressed the expanded Galactic Council. "We don't seek to dominate anyone. Our ancestors proved that true strength comes from protection, not conquest." The ancient Watchers had begun emerging from their million-year hiding, taking active roles in galactic governance. But they insisted that modern humanity lead the transition. The younger humans brought fresh perspectives, while the Watchers provided wisdom and power. Dr. Park headed the new Galactic Development Council, working to share the Watchers' advanced technology responsibly. The goal wasn't to create dependency, but to help all species reach their potential. General Stone commanded the new Galactic Defense Force, with Watcher ships providing backbone support, while species contributed according to their abilities. The age of aggressive expansion and conquest was ending. The Draconians, those who survived, faced a choice: adapt to the new order or face the consequences. Most chose adaptation, their military culture slowly transforming under human guidance. Earth, children played in parks while massive guardian ships hung in the sky like protective clouds. They grew up knowing they were part of something greater, a galactic family watched over by their ancient brothers and sisters, the Watchers, had succeeded in their million-year plan. They had preserved their homeworld, guided galactic development, and raised their younger siblings to be worthy heirs to their legacy. Humanity had finally awakened to its true destiny, not as conquerors, but as the galaxy's guardians, protectors of the weak and shepherds of peaceful development. The age of the Watchers was ending. The age of humanity had begun. Asterisk.